Listen, you can't beat fear, so do it scared. That's how you make $1 million a year. Let me tell you that it never gets not scary. You just get braver. There are billions and billions of people in the world, and I am positive that you, listening to this right now, are not in last place. Someone sucks at something a little bit more than you. Have you ever thought about that? You are ahead of someone. Find those people. They need you.
Welcome to the Pretty Rich podcast, where every woman is the heroine of her own story. I'm Sheila Bella, and I built $1 million beauty business from nothing. Maybe, if you listen enough, you'll start to believe that you can do it too. Because if the perfect job doesn't exist, you can create it. If the job you want isn't hiring you, you can unapologetically hire yourself. My aim for each episode is to equip you with empowering conversations on how to grow a lifestyle that's pretty rich in love, beauty, wellness, and of course, financial wealth. I'm Sheila Bella, beauty business coach, celebrity brow artist, microblading educator, entrepreneur, wife, mother, friend, daughter, and your forever positive beauty boss bestie. Let's go. Hello. It is episode 3. It's a nugget episode. Now, these nuggets are mini solo episodes that I do to try and bring a little bit of inspiration to your week. I'm really excited about today's episode because I feel like I have a message that a lot of people really need and really struggle with. Because today, we're going to talk about all the reasons why you shouldn't hold back. We're going to talk about tackling fear and imposter syndrome. This episode is designed to burst through the anxiety monsters you've got that comes with being 100% unapologetically yourself. I want to talk to you about what it feels like to feel free. I mean, truly free, and not just like fake free. Liberated, because you are the same person all the time. And I want you to feel good about speaking your truth and sharing your message in your personal life and in your business. So if you're one of those people who knows that they have a lot of value to give, but you're afraid to speak your mind and you hold back, whether it's in your personal life or on social media, but you just know that your thoughts could really help somebody, well, this episode is just for you. Trust me, by the end of the show, you're going to learn exactly how to get out of your own head and feel liberated to say what's on your mind. We're going to talk about all of the smart reasons, the super important reasons why you need to build a personal brand anyway. You might be thinking, well, isn't a business page enough? It's not. Not in 2018. You crazy? We're also going to talk about my personal fear monster, Felicia, and I will explain why I gave her a name. It's important. But first of all, I just want to remind you that my $1 million beauty biz course is now almost open for enrollment. If you are a beauty boss who may be struggling to fill up your calendar, or maybe you're newly graduated from cosmetology school or a microblading class, and now you want to learn everything else that it takes to build a beauty business. I meet so many talented artists who don't monetize their art, at least not to what I know it deserves. This course is for people who are wanting to reach a 6-figure income. And for my 6-figure earners already, congratulations, this course can definitely catapult you into 7. It's everything I know about the beauty business and beauty business marketing. That is my jam. It is super fun and most importantly, effective. So, you can go to SheilaBella.com or you can ask me a question directly through my Instagram. It's my favorite way to answer questions, @RealSheilaBella. And I'll talk to you. See if you're even a good fit for this class. So there are no dumb questions. Go ahead and feel free to speak your mind and inquire about the details. Okay, so back to the topic. Why you shouldn't hold back. These days, the importance of a personal brand is more evident than ever before. It's not just about your business anymore. Your personal brand is tied to your business and its success. Now, what is a brand anyway? Let me explain. Branding started with cows. It's a symbol. It's a mark saying this belongs to me. And that word brand has evolved to basically what feelings you get when you interact with a person, a store, a product, or basically any establishment. Your personal brand is all of the feelings that you exude in others when they interact with you. So, why do you need a personal brand nowadays? Because it's really competitive out there. The internet has changed everything. The bottom line is, people go on social media to be social. And the majority of people would much rather connect with a real human being rather than an impersonal business page. In the beauty business, if you want to monetize and in a big way, a personal brand nowadays is a must. So let me give you some tips. Instagram stories is an excellent way to show off your personal brand. I could do a whole podcast, and I probably will, on how important and effective Instagram stories is. Just so you know, people are more likely to see your stories than your feed. Did you know that only 10% of your followers see your feed unless there's early engagement within the first 30 minutes? That's the truth. So Instagram stories is a great way to be seen. And stories is a great way to give people some behind the scenes of who you are. You can give them a tour of your salon or share what you had for breakfast or your morning workout routine. Just a little sneak peek. And when you open up a little bit, it builds trust. People feel like they know you. You become familiar, just like a friend that they're checking in on. And the importance of trust in the beauty business, it's imperative. You think people don't care what kind of drink you ordered last night? What brand makeup do you use? Think again. To prove it, take a look at reality shows. While I'm not saying you should air out all your dirty laundry and talk about your divorce or your bowel movements like some of my best friends do. You know who you are. Yup, calling you out. It's no secret that reality shows are extremely popular for the very reason that people are curious. They are curious about what you might think is nonsense. Is it nonsense? What are they doing? They're showing people's personalities. We end up feeling for these characters as if we knew them. People love people. We are starving for human connection, for something relatable. People are sick and tired of perfection. Just the same, your audience, your followers, no matter how big or small, are interested in the personal details of who you are. For example, I go to my Instagram stories a lot and I post pictures of my podcast setup and my work area and the candle I have burning right now. So maybe you can visualize where I'm sitting as I'm speaking. It's really nice. It brings familiarity. Sharing little details like this might make your audience understand you better, and doing it builds likability. I always say that in today's saturated beauty industry, the only difference between one business from another is more about the hearts, the souls, the pulse that keeps that business going. Give them a taste of what it would feel like to interact with you even before they book. So put your personality into your content. Shout out to all my beauty bosses out there. You know this truth that salon is synonymous with therapy. We get intimate, like for real. We go to our nail artist, hairstylist, brow artist, not only for the awesome service and to feel prettier, but to air out our problems. Tell your girl what you're up to, catch up with her. Our stylists become our friends. My stylist knows this. I've seen her through a lot. She's seen me through a lot. They become our confidants. We tell them what's stressing us out. And we look forward to these visits because they're essentially therapy sessions. Salon culture is intimate by nature. In our world, especially, I'm talking about the female world, the best world, vulnerability is a currency. You tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine. When people are real, we trust them. I was getting my hair done not too long ago. My real hair, not all my other fake hairs. And one of the owners, let's call her Becky, because, she's got good hair. Becky told me that she was super encouraged by the content that I put out, that it made her want to share her own story and put it out too. But she also told me that she was scared. She was scared of doing so for fear that no one would listen, no one would care, and she would look dumb. I spoke to Becky. She wasn't dumb, okay? But maybe you're like her right now. Maybe you're afraid that others might criticize you and think, who the heck does she think she is to give advice? Who does she think she is to put herself out there? But maybe there's a tiny yet incessant voice in the back of your head nagging you all the time to share your thoughts publicly because you think in your heart it would be a big blessing to others. Is there a leader in you somewhere? But you're scared that you might be called an imposter? Can I just say that you're not alone? And I have those same exact feelings right now. So, what do you do when you have those fears? I like to do this thing where I give my fear a name. And here's why. It reminds me that my fear isn't my identity. She's like a visitor. She doesn't live here. She's like an annoying neighbor, like Steve Urkel. Again, she doesn't live here in me. This is my house, and I control who comes in. So let's say my fear is Felicia. No offense to any Felicias out there. Now, Felicia rings the doorbell, and she wants to come over and play. And I just gotta tell her bye. I tell her, listen, you were somebody that I liked to play with when I was a child and when I was in my early 20s, but now that I'm a grown woman with real responsibilities, I don't play with old toys anymore. Sometimes you just need to say it out loud. I'm sorry. I don't play with old toys anymore. I have new toys. My new toys as a grown woman are things like this podcast that nourish my mind with empowering thoughts, books that feed my confidence, and friends that are positive. I play with Barbie now because that girl, she's a boss, okay? She has every job in the world and still looks good. Anyway, understanding that fear is a temporary visitor is important because the visit doesn't last forever. But you know what does? Regret. Listen, you can't beat fear. So do it scared. That's how you make $1 million a year. Let me tell you that it never gets not scary. You just get braver. There are billions and billions of people in the world, and I am positive that you, listening to this right now, are not in last place. Someone sucks at something a little bit more than you. Have you ever thought about that? You are ahead of someone. Find those people. They need you. Whenever I'm speaking on my Instagram stories or on this podcast, I always think I'm speaking to myself just 10 years ago. Boy, me 10 years ago, I would have loved to have had a mentor. Not even a mentor, just someone to listen to. Someone who was spitting truths, who was ahead of me. So when I create content, I am not talking to the women ahead of me. Gosh, no. But I know that there are a lot of you who perhaps haven't turned the corners that I have. And maybe I can be of service to my younger self and prepare them for what's coming. Help others avoid the same mistakes I have in both my professional and my personal life. Let me ask you this. Do you think that there are at least 5 people, just 5 people, that you can inspire and motivate? What motivates me to speak out are those 5 people I have in my head that need to hear this. Just 5. And the belief that I can speak into the lives of just 5 people sparks me to move. And that's why I want to encourage you. You who have at least 5 people that you can inspire, that you can lead. Those people are sitting at home right now waiting for you to connect. They are going through something that you've gone through, and they need an answer. They need an answer bad from somebody who's been through it. And in order to find those people, you need to be okay with not being liked by everybody. Be brave. The beauty of podcasting is that people can make a decision about whether they love you or they hate you. I find tremendous comfort in the fact that unless you're a sick individual, why in the world would you be listening to this podcast that you don't like 20 minutes in? Or follow somebody that you're not about? The people who follow you or listen to you probably already like you, or else they wouldn't be subscribing to your podcast or following you. The people who are annoyed with me are already out. Good, the same will go for you. Now, I have to admit, I still get a few negative DMs here and there, but it is a small percentage. So I am not going to let that small percentage of people stop me from expressing myself and speaking my truth. So, what do you do when negativity throws stones? You have to drown out the noise with more positivity. You can't focus on it because if you focus on all of the bad things in the world, then you're going to think the world is bad. Your reality is what you focus on. Only get enough negativity to be able to understand the problem, work on a solution, but not more than what is necessary to do that. And you can totally tell the difference between dumb trolls or maybe somebody who is actually trying to be constructive. And it's easy to tell because the trolls never have any followers and don't have pictures of themselves. People who don't put their face out there, who are they to tell you to not put your face out there? So you can't take serious advice from cowards. You have the power to control how you see the world. You really can. If you listen to enough positive things, watch enough positive things, read enough positive things, that is going to build what I like to call your empowerment muscles. There are grooves in your brain, and basically, if you meditate on an area over and over again, that groove gets deeper. And thus, if you have grooves that house negativity, all you need to do is create new and deeper grooves of positive thoughts. You can literally change the shape of your brain. You have to drown out those annoying voices that lie to you and tell you you're not good enough. And play a louder symphony that sings, I am more than enough. And that's my mission, to sing a song of hope, belief, and empowerment louder and better than all the negativity in your life. Thank you for letting me in today. And in closing, I want to leave you with one of my all-time favorite quotes. You are enough. So enough. It's unbelievable how enough you are. Believe that it's the truth. I'll catch you guys later. God bless. Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this podcast or were impacted by this at all, please share it with a friend, spread the love, screenshot it, post it on your stories, your feed, your timeline, and don't forget to tag me. I'd really love to see that. My Instagram is @RealSheilaBella. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode. If you have any suggestions or questions for future episodes, I'd love to know what they are so I can make it happen for you guys and serve you better. Also, if you liked this discussion today, please take 30 seconds to leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. Your support would seriously rock my world, and I love to support my girls right back. Check out SheilaBella.com for show notes and more tips on how to live the pretty rich lifestyle. It's the best lifestyle, duh. Be blessed, you guys.